My name is James Williams Jr. I'm live streaming on Facebook, and I'm also doing my Kung Fu Havoc #2. The title of this is called The Importance of Humanity. The things that I'm going to talk about ain't going to be easy. I'm not going to do a lot here on Facebook, and if you want to watch the rest of it, you can catch it on Kung Fu Havoc #2. It's going to be a two-parter. So I watched this video about how no one would help this homeless kid outside of a homeless person. And I understand that. And this isn't what this video is about, but that I posted it. It makes a good point. We should all be aware of our humanity. This video will touch on racial shit. As a person of mixed ethnicity, I personally don't think I have the right to be a racist because of my genetic makeup. As I've said before, I'm part Native American as well as part black and part white. And I wanted to talk about this because of other things that I posted. And the thing is that what we as humans fail to understand, and no one has said this, and it probably should have been said way before the August incident, that, we don't know the dangers of people of our own backgrounds. Alright? A lot of us highly believe and suffer from Julius Caesar syndrome, which means you trust everybody who looks like you, and those are the same people who will kill you. A lot of people in Charlottesville, we're still going to be a racist city, even though all that bullshit that happened. We're still going to have racial issues. We're still going to have racist things. And this is a global phenomenon that people need to understand. One, you are in more danger from somebody of your own color than you will ever be in danger from someone who is not. And I'm going to explain that. I posted a video the other day about how black people hate black people. Alright? And as much as a racist white person will hate a black person, that same racist white person will hate a white person who stands beside black people as people. That same racist white person will hate a white person who makes more money or who makes less money and lives in a trailer court next to black people, which also would lead to them possibly killing them. And black people, we have killed each other throughout time and space, and no one really says anything until it becomes a racial issue. But the problem is simple. We all suffer from Julius Caesar syndrome. We think that that person who looks like me, who talks like me, who lives in my neighborhood, would not stab me in the back. And that would be wrong. A long time ago, before the loss of life with August, I've had a lot of racial experiences in my life. Lots of them. And most of them have been a reverse racist thing with black people. And I've had really slight racist incidents with white people. But the ones that I had with white people were slight, like as in like maybe 4 or 5 incidences, where I've had 7 or 8 incidences with blacks. But the white ones hurt more because the white ones would use derogatives, or they would go out of their way to make sure that they don't walk near me out of fear that I'm going to do something to them. I'm 5'3", and though I am damn dangerous, I don't go around looking for trouble. Martial arts makes me who I am. But it does not give me the right to go out and say, hey, I'm just going to beat the fuck out of people because I can. That is not being a martial artist. That's being an asshole. And I am an asshole, but I'm not that kind of an asshole. And you might consider my actions might be slightly terroristic, but when it comes to a fight, it's them or it's me, and it ain't going to be me. And that's just the way I was trained. That being put to the side, we as people have not learned that racism is a big fucking problem. And it's not just Charlottesville, it's everywhere. But it's globally, but as globally as it is, it's more an American factor than anywhere else. And I posted up videos, and they probably have pissed off a lot of people of color, but they're fucking true. If we continue to do things to make ourselves look bad, other people are going to view us the same way we view ourselves. But the thing is, no matter what color you are, you're in danger from people of your color. Whether you choose to believe it or not is a whole nother ball game. I once was embarrassed and humiliated by this lady who crossed the street because she wasn't sure who or what my ethnicity was. And she walked across the street. And I told you guys this story if you're on Kung Fu Havoc #2. She walked across the street. She literally went way out of her way to make sure that I didn't do anything to her. And for some reason, I'm stupid. I blurted out, I'm the same motherfucker that will save your life while you're walking on the side of the street with the people who are darker than me. So she probably thought I was Mexican or something, and she thought I was gonna cut her because the stereotype of Mexicans is that they cut people. All right. If you check out every stereotype on earth, someone's done said some stereotype about you and your kind, and people have taken that shit offensively, and other people have taken that shit literally, which is what makes them afraid of us. But we are all human, and there's nothing wrong with having a little fear. But have fear because you have a damn good reason, not because of something someone stereotypically engaged into your head. There's no crime in being human. There is kind of a crime in hating people for the one thing that we can't change. We cannot change our skin color. We cannot change our ethnicity. And we need to get over that shit real fast. And you know, it's times like this where you kind of almost pray that an alien would come down and attack us so that we all humans could stop seeing a black man, an Asian man, or a white man as threats to each other and unite to fight the common enemy. But even when that happens, we'll still go right back to being human. And instead of trying to find a way to get along because of the things we can't change, we'll find a way to fight again. Because the genetic thing is to, well, we done took out the enemy. Now we're back to square one. Ourselves as our enemies. And humans, we are our biggest enemies. We are our biggest enemies. And most of the time, it has something to do with race. No one wants to say it. No one wants to mention it. But it's the truth. Most of the time, when an event happens with people, it's because either it's racial, it's drug, or it's something else that's exceptionally stupid that no one wants to fucking address. Well, here's the thing. I'm mixed. I don't have the right to be a racist. I know my ethnic background. Until I get that 23andMe done, I'm going with what I've been told all my life. But the thing is, how many of us can sit back and just look at a person as a human being and be like, hey, let me get to know this person? Not the stereotype, not the bullshit that we see on TV, not the crap that we listen to in the radio, but to honestly sit down and get to know someone. Because the main way to stop racism is to let someone else live in that person's shoes for about a day or a year, and then maybe things will change. And then again, maybe things will get worse. I'm going to continue this on Kung Fu Havoc number 2 if y'all interested. Now, I will say, as I was saying, when I tell you the story about the lady who walked across the street, the plain simple truth is the words I used was I'll be that same nigga that save your ass when you need me the most. Yeah. And that being said, we as people can't go viewing each other as niggers or honkies or wetbacks or gooks or spicks and things of that nature. We can't do that. We have to see people for who they are. We have to see people for their name. If your name is Sean or Scott or Joe or Belinda or Brandon or anything, you have a name for a reason. You're not your stereotype. And if we stop following these damn stereotypes, we'll have less problems in the world. But that seems to be the problem. We can't get off of stereotypes. There hasn't been a Chinese restaurant that I haven't eaten from where somebody has came to me and said, more now than before when I was younger, oh, you're eating cat meat. I was like, well, it's the best damn cat meat I ever had. And the fact that one time I actually did because they shut that restaurant down, hey, you know what? Hunger is hunger. We all eat and we all bleed the same. When I get back from going to the bus stop, I'll continue the second video. But before I go, how many times have you looked in the mirror and hear people in the back of your head that have approached you on a racial level? When I was but a boy, I didn't know my race until I got into race wars. And then I got into the 5th grade and found out that I'm not just black and white, I'm actually Native American too. I'm like, well, ain't this a turn of event? Now later in life, by the time I was 16, that shit would come back to haunt me with the words, hey chief. I'm not a chief. I am not the descendant of any chiefs that I know of, because if I was, college would probably be free. But that's also a stereotypical bullshit too, as I found out that sometimes, I guess it's state to state or tribe to tribe, that college is not free for Native Americans, especially if you're not 100%. I'm still doing research on that. So, if you can help me with the fact checking on that, that would be great. But the thing with this is that with the hopeful of humanity, we as people need to be more human and less living in stereotypes. Because as long as we're living in stereotypes, there will be no peace. And there will always be some asshole, whether we like it or not, because some people don't want to change. Some people are purposely raising their kids to be racist. Oh, let me give you my favorite one before I get off the video. This is my favorite one because I've been told this, by some of my friends who were raised by racists. It's like, you can have black friends, but you can never have a black girlfriend, or you can never have a black boyfriend, or you can never have an Asian girlfriend or an Asian boyfriend. I've been told all of this shit, and I'm sitting there like, but, and this is my personal experience here because I don't have kids, but if I do have kids, I want my child, especially my daughter, to be with someone who loves her. I don't want her to date a black man because she's black and that's what we want for her. No, I want her to date a man. I don't give a flying fuck if the motherfucker's blue, as long as he treats her properly. And if they have kids, he does his fucking job. That's all I want. Is for her to be happy, be loved, be treated properly, and for a man, if he knocks her up, to do his motherfucking job. That's so difficult in this world. And I'll tell you another thing before I get off. A lot of people, and specifically young black ladies, will only date black men because they treat them like shit. They won't be daddies. They want babies, but they don't want them with you, so you get knocked up for nothing. Then they don't want to be in the kid's life. They don't want to treat the kid like it's their kid. And I know people like this, and it pisses me off because no one wants to step up and do their job. Well, here's a tip. Condoms. These motherfuckers work. When you don't want a child with somebody, put this bitch on. We have a problem with humanity. We're not raising our kids right. Second video's coming. And I'm out the door because I got to go to the bus stop now. Be seeing you.